Hello, children. Are you wondering what I am doing? I was just trying to blow hot or blow cold from my mouth. No. Today I am going to teach you an interesting chapter of EVS blow hot and blow cold. This story was written by Zakir Hussain, who was the third president of India. Let's see in this chapter what we are going to learn. We will learn some new words and meaning and how we blow hot and cold from mouth, not fire and ice, the uses of hot and cold air. So let me tell about this story. The story is all about when you keep your hands close to the mouth and when you keep your hands far from your mouth, the air which passes out from mouth differs in temperature. Yes, it is. Now for example, take your hand near your mouth and breathe. Isn't it hot? Now keep your hands little far from your mouth and breathe. It will be cold. If we touch something hot, yes, we do, like this. Isn't it? Now let's start the story. There was a woodcutter. Every day in the morning, he used to go to the forest to cut wood. In the evening, he would sell the wood in the city. One day, he went deep into the forest. It was a very cold winter. His fingers were numb. Every now and then, the woodcutter would put down his axe and bring his hands close to his mouth. Then he would blow hard on them to warm them like this. Like this. While he was cutting wood, Mia Baliste was watching him from a corner. Mia Baliste saw that the woodcutter kept blowing on his hand. And he began to wonder what all that was about. But he could not understand it. He got up thinking that he would go and ask the woodcutter. After walking a little, he came back thinking that the woodcutter may not like being asked. Finally, Mia Baliste could not help himself. He went hopping to the woodcutter and said, "Hello, brother. If you don't mind, can I ask you something?" Seeing this tiny person, the woodcutter was amazed and amused. But he hid his smile and said, Of course. Ask what you want to. All I want to ask is why do you blow from your mouth onto your hands? Said Mia Baliste. The woodcutter replied, It is too cold. My hands are frozen. So I blow them to warm them up a little. Like children, when we blow from our mouth, really close to your mouth, we feel warm and we keep our hands on our cheeks so that we feel little warm in a cold morning or in a cold night. Then when they get cold again, I warm them again by blowing, just like I said. Mia Baliste nodded. Oh, so that's it. And with he moved off. But he stayed nearby and kept a close watch on him. Soon it was afternoon. The woodcutter began to think of lunch. He picked up 2 stones, made a chula. He lit a fire and put a small handi. Handi is a pot filled with potatoes to boil. The wood was damp, so the woodcutter bent down and blew on fire to burn it, just like this. See, like this. Just he bent down and blew on the fire to help it burn. Baliste was watching him from a distance. Arey, he said to himself. There he goes again, blowing from his mouth. Does fire come out of his mouth? The woodcutter was feeling very hungry. He took out a potato from the handy. He tried to eat it, but the potato was too hot. He again began to blow on it. Whew, whew. Arey, said Baliste to himself. He's blowing again? Now what? Now what, children? We are going to discuss this story in part 2. Let's have some question and answers related to this part. Isn't it? Yes. Let's see. What are the questions we have? Alright. Now, Mia Baliste was confused when he saw the woodcutter blowing on his hands to make them warm and on the hot potatoes to cool them. Now, children, answer me. What he was thinking, like what the woodcutter was doing. Do you have any answer? Yes? No? Okay, no issues. I will help you with the answers. You heard that Mia Baliste was confused when he saw the woodcutter blowing on his cold hands to make them warm and on the hot potatoes to cool them. But he doesn't know that when we keep the things near to our mouth, we breathe hot air. The carbon dioxide which we pass out from our mouth, it becomes little hot. And when it is little far from our mouth, it becomes little cool. So he was confused. He didn't know that. Mia Baliste didn't know that. But you children are really smart. Now you know it? Great. Another question. Have you warmed your hands in winter by blowing them on when they are cold? How does it feel? Have you? How does it feel? Answer me. You have done it? No? Okay, no issues. Let me answer you. Yes, I often warm my hands in winter by blowing them when they are cold. It feels warm and cozy. Now, this one is for you all. Blow hard from your mouth onto your hands. How did you find the air from your mouth as compared to the air around? Was it hotter or was it cooler? Try to do it. Blow hard. Like this. Try. I want an answer from you all. Yes? Okay, this answer I will also tell you. Oh, so smart children. Okay, let me tell you. On blowing hard from the mouth onto the hands, the air from mouth feels hotter as compared to the air around. Did you see that? Do you want to try this? Blow hard. And then you see the air around you. What do you feel? The air around you is little cool than the air coming out from your mouth. So, the next question is, how did you find the air from your mouth as compared to the air around? Was it hotter or cooler? How did you find it? Okay, it is easy as we have discussed it in the previous question. Just like we blow the air from the mouth, it becomes hotter. So yes, it becomes hotter. The air, what you will write? The air from the mouth compared to the air was hotter. Easy? Right. Now, do this. Now put your hands at some distance from your mouth, like this much. Not this much, this much. Does the air from your mouth feel warm? Why? Just this much and then blow. Does the air from your mouth feel warm? Why? Try it. Find out the answer. I will let you know. Find out. Do you see the pictures? A boy and a man. Both are blowing on the hands. What do you find? The boy is blowing little far from his mouth and the man is blowing little near to his mouth. Isn't it? Yes. See, try. Okay, here is the answer. When the hands are placed at some distance from the mouth, the air is blown again. This time, the air from the mouth does not feel much warm. Yes, children, try it. Take your hand little far from your mouth and blow. It will feel little cool. Not cooler, but yes, not warm too. So, what is the answer? When the hands are placed at some distance from the mouth, the air is blown again. This time, the air from the mouth does not feel much warm. This is because due to the distance from the mouth and the air mixed up with the outside air and thus becomes cooler. Isn't it? Did you understand why it is becoming cool? Because due to the distance from the mouth, the air gets mixed up with outside air and thus becomes cooler. Right? Now, we have done with question and answers. Let me tell you one thing. Right now, you think what I will say. Can you think of any other way in which you use the warmth from your breath? Can you do that? Think about it. Yes? Try with your friends. Tell your friends to do it. Tell your parents to do it. Do it. Okay, now let's give me the answer. The another way in which we can use the warmth of our breath is when someone gets swelling and redness in the eyes. Did you know how we get swelling? If we bang on the wall. How? If you somehow accidentally banged on the wall or if anything gets into our eyes, the redness in the eyes comes and the swelling over here, or if you fall down somewhere, the swelling in hands or legs, it comes, okay? Or some warm breath on a piece of cloth, like I don't have a handkerchief right now. I'm really sorry. But I have a piece of cloth. See? I have a piece of cloth. What I will do, I will fold it and I will try to blow hot air on it from mouth. Right? And quickly planning it on the swollen part or on the red eyes to give some relief to the person. Yes. Now remember, if anyone got a swelling or a red eyes, what you will do quickly? Take a piece of cloth or an handkerchief. you can fold it like this. Now, warm breath. How we will warm breath? By taking the cloth near to our mouth. Yes? Okay? And then quickly we will give some relief to the person by keeping it on the swollen or on the red eyes. See, the same thing. Fold a piece of cloth 3-4 times like this. 1 and then 2, then 3 and then 4. Okay? How you will fold it? 1, then 2, then 3 and then 4. Now bring it close to your mouth. Close to your mouth. Did you see this? This piece of cloth is really close to my mouth. And then blow hard. You have to blow hard on it. Did the cloth become warm? Try, children. Fold the piece of cloth 3-4 times. Now bring it close to your mouth and blow hard. Did the cloth become warm? Yes, the cloth become warm. I can feel the warmth of the cloth. You will also feel the warmth of cloth. Try this. Now, Baliste saw that the woodcutter was trying to cool the hot potatoes by blowing on them. What would have happened if he had eaten the potatoes without cooling them? Have you tried eating the hot potatoes? No. So you don't have any answer about it? Okay. Now let's see the answer. If he had eaten the potatoes without cooling them, then it would burn his tongues or mouth because the potatoes were really hot. Now next question. Have you ever burned your tongue when you ate or drank something that was too hot? And how do you cool some food when it is too hot? Have you? No. Because mama gives you milk or soup after blowing on it and it becomes cool? Yes. But do you know, children, I had once burned my tongue by drinking very hot tea. When some food is very hot, I cool it by blowing in it. Just like this. By keeping it in a broad container under a fan. You can do it when something is hot. You can take a big container and you can keep the food in it and you can keep it under a fan. Okay, now if you were to cool these 3 hot things, we eat dal, roti, rice. So if you were to cool these 3 hot things, in which ways would you do so? In which way? I told you, right? Now this is the answer. Dal, roti and rice can be cooled by keeping them in a broad container under a fan and also by blowing air on them from mouth. Okay? And you can blow air like this. Okay? Okay, children. In the second part, we will discuss more question answers, new words, and don't forget, we will also discuss what happened to the woodcutter and Mia Baliste. Alright? Thank you.